Welcome and good evening, Free Enterprise fans. Welcome to the final match of the round of 32 bracket flags, the first round of the brackets here in the Fabul Gauntlet. I'm Nightdew. With me here is Gambit017. How you doing today?
I am doing well, all things considered. How about you?
Glad to be off work. We get to talk about more Free Enterprise this way. It looks like we've got a Iridius start so far here. We have Gamingwithawraith and muchparanoia, the final runners here again of the round of 32, looking to advance with a match against some guy named Rivers McCown on the line here.
Yeah, right now with our bracketology, Paranoia is favored in this match, 30-10. But if we've been shown anything from earlier matches this week, it's anything can happen here. We've had a ton of upsets, a ton of lower seeds winning, a lot of brackets completely busted. So looking forward to a good race here.
Absolutely, we've had incredible matches almost across the board. Honestly, again, some upsets, some were picked, some were definitely not. But I mean, it's been, I don't remember seeing any just like terrible matches so far. But yeah, there we go. We've got our we should be starting just in a little bit here. Got a lot of salt naming going on here just so far.
Oh, Paranoia is known for being a very salty person, loves the salt very much.
I'm not sure what our joke objectives we're going for here. No Crystal Sword, no Cecil, but they give him Fu. I mean,
well, our false objectives are hoping to seed is going to be a Jet 1. Personally, I'm hoping it's a nice and long seed, everything hidden behind chains, and we get to enjoy a lot more Free Enterprise today.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm hoping for chains, but if I know myself and wherever Scala Kitty is lurking, we hope those chains end in ninja shirts or Zeus gauntlets or other things that are not progression.
I just want progression behind Twin Harp. That's all I'm asking.
Well, let's wait till we actually see our objectives there before that. If it's required, maybe not. Oh, yep, there she is.
So while we wait for them to start, I just want to give a huge thank you to the entire Restream team, as well as our workshop helpers and Restream leads who have been working behind the scenes to make sure all these races get shown. We do appreciate all the hard work they've put in.
We were able to get all of the bracket rounds restreamed, and yeah, like I said, huge thanks to all that. We have a Young, we've got Mega Sisters, and we've got a free character. That's kind of nice.
Well, hopefully a free character. It's going to be interesting if we go to the Sand Ruby and find out it's a duplicate.
Well, we're not going to worry about that too far. I mean, just because that Sand Ruby does give them a gated character check, which means you could have an opening Fusoya or Edge on your hands if you're really that lucky.
Let's see what our objectives are tonight. Looks like we have conquered the vanilla White Sphere Altar, Dr. Luge, Waterfall Boss, Rydia, and Town of Summoned Monsters. I didn't see if it's the King or Queen, though.
It is the Queen, actually, so we absolutely do need, at the very least, a Darkness Crystal, and honestly, not much in the way of actual key items unless Luge, Rydia, behind that, because we're going to get her in Grand Access eventually. Speaking of, there's Baron in, there's the Rydia they're looking for. Having a drink with Bahamut right there.
And Bahamut there's not going to be scary at all. 400 hit points is easy to get through before he can get that Mega Nuke off.
Paranoia going straight for that Sand Ruby check. Finds an old man. Finds a boomer.
Hashtag Telelife.
Exit Mage acquired here. Does so much more, even if I am not currently still on Team Tela because reasons.
Oh, everybody should know my feelings concerning the fact I named Tella best in my seed last night.
So yeah, Venerable saying, hopefully get to see some Watery Pass looting. I mean, if I've got Tella, I'm looting Watery Pass right now. And that is exactly where Paranoia is going.
Yep, right into the Watery Pass. Gonna get these few checks. The good thing with this flag set is the Watery Pass, since it's out of the way, is considered a higher tier area, so better loot in here.
Already an Ogre X and an Asura summon. Great thing to find that Asura summon at the very least for those looking to keep that Rydia. Unreliable, but some of the best heals in the game there.
Especially would be great if we end up not finding a dedicated white mage in this seed, because it means Rydia can be your de facto white mage.
She's all you need. At least your healing white mage. She doesn't do berserk.
So I saw a pickup of an archer bow there. That's going to be good for back rowing that Rydia right off the bat. No one else can really benefit from a back row at the moment, but...
Yeah, actually, to be fair, her strongest weapon at the moment right now probably is that archer bow. I did see some ammo. That's a heroine robe. Yeah, all right. Physical Rydia looks like a go right now.
Gotta love the Rydia warrior princess. Looks like we found a poison claw for Yang here in the Damsian treasury.
Yeah, with 3 characters, whatever is on Hobbs probably isn't going to be too awfully terrible, with the potential for a 4th. But both of them are immediately spawning that hovercraft.
I know a lot of runners don't like to spawn the hovercraft right away, especially if they don't know whether it's a hook seed or magma seed, and with no required objective needing that hovercraft. But it's always a good thing to go ahead and have out and ready just in case.
Yeah, I like it there just because there's so much. Even if you don't have to take that hook, you're usually gonna find your way towards that rat tail or pink tail eventually. Firing off the Hobbs flag here, we've got the Mist Dragon, but not the one we're looking for.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not going to mind having that Mist summon, but definitely not what they wanted.
Unfortunately, still based on hit points and what Rydia doesn't have that much of. That said, lots of caster gear and a wizard robe and a change rod there.
Well, there's a coffin, so if we find a free boss in, say, the Kaipo guards or Baron guards, it's going to be an easy way to take care of at least one of them.
Absolutely. There's a Quack Kid and an Octomammoth there, so, you can still run that physical-based Rydia there and give Callum all the casting stuff.
Yeah, we are 6 minutes into the season and already have 4 characters. I think we're making this a little bit too easy for our runners.
I know, right? That's way too many good characters here.
So Paranoia making use of the Thunder Rod, using it to cast Thunder on Octoman.
Unfortunately, getting to use that, Rydia has no spells other than the Chocobo summon there, and the Mist Dragon one she picked up at level 1.
That's okay, Rydia is currently doing her best Edward impression.
I mean, I'd pick her up here for the XP, but that's just me. Also, apparently, Gaming with the Wraith picked up a Thor Rage somewhere, using it to speed this fight right along here.
I know I saw it, I just don't remember if it was in Baron or Damsian. To answer a question in chat, get character only counts if they join at a spot. That is correct. So even though Rydia was our starting character, we still need to find an alternate version of her to complete that objective.
Yep. Paranoia gets through the fight with both mages, it looked like, down. So no tier 2 for Palom, no getting off a level 1 for Rydia.
That could be good or bad for him. With Gaming with Awraith gets through with both of theirs up. That Rydia is definitely going to have enough MP to cast Sylph, which I saw that he had picked up somewhere and learned.
Yeah, oh, I missed the Sylph there. So yeah, that's Sylph. That is instant utility there for Rydia. Paranoia must already be thinking of anchor strats as leaving that Rydia face down, but then, oh, then going to heroin robe strats. Okay, maybe not going for anchoring here.
Not sure what Paranoia is thinking at the current moment. Maybe thinking anchor, maybe thinking, well, if I can't anchor, I need her to fight. I don't know.
I'm sure we'll, oh, nope, there's the life pot. And one of the funny things here, you notice that that we do know that life potions do work off the character's vitality. So you saw right there, when Paranoia did resurrect that Rydia, she came back alive with 85 hit points of a 30 maximum.
It's always fun to have your Rydia over the HP amount she's allowed to have.
Indeed.
So it looks like Paranoia is skipping the save room, going straight down into the fight, whereas Gaming with Awraith is going to do that little bit extra rooting and take the save. And we've got Dark Elf down here.
Yep, with the actual extra looting that Paranoia did in Watery Pass, I don't mind this so much. Especially with Gaming with the Wraith kind of getting back there and kind of not really finding much of anything. Anyways, we have a near instant me change there through one use of a Dancing Dagger. And look at that, little level 1 Rydia, 258 damage with that Archer Bow.
Yeah, Dark Elf picked the wrong cave to hide in today.
So our first real key item check past that. That's a Baron key. Welcome back to Baron already. The question is, with 4 characters, only a little bit of levels, and you know what Bahamut is, do you take a chance? And I mean, I didn't really see many J items, so I'm not sure if they would, but do you take a chance and go peek that Baron in? And it does look like Paranoia at least is going to give us a peek at the waterfall boss here. And show us Rubicant. Or the elements. Nope, it's Rubicant.
This is going to be a little bit of a nasty spot for Rubicant, because this is a, if I remember right, this is a very fast spot.
It is a really fast spot there. The one good thing there is, I believe Ice 2 is the first of Palom's tier 2s to come out.
True, but with how fast Rubicon is there, I don't know if it's going to be hard to time that to make sure the robe is open when that spell goes off.
Speaking of Sylph, out comes Sylph. Down goes Dark Elf over there on Gaming with the Wraith's side. And Paranoia is going at least to check Baron Treasures. Does find that Sylph.
And go check the weapon and armor shop, which is going to be a higher tier since it's gated.
Ogre axes, long swords, and dwarf axes. Great things. Wizard robes as well.
It looks like Paranoia is going to go ahead and take the well, do some looting and might go ahead and take the fight, whereas Gaming with the Wraith is going around and doing some shopping.
So, as we said before, Bahamut, 400 hit points. Gonna not really be the issue here. The question is, what is behind Bahamut here?
Gaming with the Wraith finding a Thunderclaw in the Basidia weapon shop for their gang.
my, that's not terrible actually. That's D-Lunars. No way, hovering there. That is, me saying bust out all your fire 2s, bust out your cure 2s. This is winnable, I would say. Meanwhile, Gaming with the Wraith saying, I don't want to do anything with this Baron in right now. Let's go to Ordeals and get my old man online. And greeted with a samurai bow and poison arrows as the first treasures there.
Yeah, I like this play from Gaming with the Wraith. Go ahead and, again, climb Ordeals, get Tell online. Especially going to be great once you get down here to the second Baron in fight. 1 fire 3 from Tellus should be able to take care of these D-Lunars, no problem.
Absolutely. If not take care of them, be awful close to doing so. Uh-oh, that's a wall spell. The virus script has been initiated for these two.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling we might be seeing a wipe here from Paranoia in just a second.
Meanwhile, first boss in Ordeals turns out to be Odin. And I believe somebody said we did find a Thunderclaw.
Yes, Gaming with the Wraith just found that Thunderclaw in Mysidia. It's going to put it to very quick use here.
Thunderclaw, lit to Sylph, no problems whatsoever.
In the meantime, Paranoia manages to kill the back D-Lunar. Only has 1 left, but those fires are going to start coming hot and heavy.
Thankfully, they are a percentage-based attack here, so that's not going to be too terrible. With 1 down, all you really need is a fire 2 or a power command from that fire quad bearing Yang should put this away here. Maybe not. Okay, there's the power command coming out here.
In the meantime, Gaming with the Wraith gets through Odin, finds Antlion in the back attack spot.
That's not terrible with Palom and a Sylph run around. Only a Zeus Rage to go along with your objective there, so no progression whatsoever in the Baron N other than the objective for completing getting Rydia.
I don't know, I would have taken that Zeus Rage over the Charm Rod I got the other day.
Well, I mean, that Zeus Rage is going to, even without a Thunderclaw, gonna power your way through that Odin waiting for you on Mount Ordeals that you don't know about yet, so...
I mean, the Wraith has their Rydia blinked up. Probably going to be doing the same to some of the other characters. Nope, actually going to use Teller to cast on fire. Let's see if we can get through this Antlion a little quicker.
Meanwhile, Paranoia gonna throw us some weapon and armor shop checks here. Dancing daggers and miss. What is this, vanilla? That poison axe is a lot of good money here with no Sid or other warriors to use it.
Paranoia going to continue doing shopping percent. Going to head up to Troya, take a look and see what's up here.
I definitely see why. Paranoia used a lot of resources in there. Is checking weapon shops, but is checking for ammo. Mute arrows, that's a nice find.
Oh yeah, if you see mute arrows, it's always a good idea to pick up a stack of them, especially for that bonus damage against mage types.
Yeah, but did use a lot of life potions, cure 2s. Oh hey, look, life potions and cure 2s.
That's a little fortuitous.
Where do you want to be before you dive Baron with the Mega Sisters in the Bygone spot? Elsewhere. That's where I want to be.
Well, in Gaming with the Race side, it's going to be in the Crystal Room on top of Ordeals, about to find out what key item we get.
Yeah, actually an online telo would make that a lot easier. Oh, look, there's a Magma Key. There's a Let's Do Baron Later approach here.
Now we've got a French Vanilla Mylon. It's a French Vanilla Mylon and Friends. Meantime, Paranoia making their way up ordeals is going to take on those fights.
Yep, gonna walk right on by that samurai bow, unfortunately.
I think with the amount of shopping they've done and a little bit of looting, they probably feel okay on treasures and aren't really worried about it too much.
True. It's just a really good bow. That plus 10 strength on that samurai bow is not shabby whatsoever.
So Gaming with Awraith gets through Mylon and Friends. It's going to have their tele online. We'll have to see if they're going to go straight underground or if they're going to head to Baron Inn first.
Tella does have a Meteo. No Soma drops right now, so swag is still off the table for now. Yeah, chat pointing out that the only question mark here is Dr. Lugay and where that darkness crystal is hiding, wherever it is on the blue planet here. Other than that, this is a very potentially fast go mode here incoming.
Alright, I know from a viewer standpoint at this point, we want Lugay hiding somewhere rude. Maybe behind the package, since there's no more characters we really need, or in the CPU spot.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a white mage here, but we got Starveils showing up over in Silvera.
I gave it a Wraith going around doing the shop checks that Paranoia is pretty much already done.
We do have a Sulfuridia, but we need somebody to cast Berserk, and Tella, he's there, but
looks like Gaming with the Wraith's going to go over to the waterfall, go ahead and try to get that objective taken care of, take on that Rubicante.
With an online Tella should not be bad here.
But there you see the speed of that Rubicante already getting a glare out.
Oh, Wraith did find an Ice Claw while we weren't looking as well there. Young readying up the punch here.
Yeah, one Sylph, one Ice Claw punch. That probably is going to be enough to take care of Rubicante. And
Yep.
Is. So that's going to complete objective number 3 for Gaming with the Wraith. They are tied up on objectives, and Gaming is going to go straight to Baron Inn, get that Rydia, and complete objective number 4.
The most important thing here is Wanderer's account is probably at least proud here. Nobody's made that Fabul check. And to be fair, with the Magma Key being on ordeals like it is, I don't think anybody's going to make that Fabul check for a long time.
No, I think both runners probably have it in their head. Single dip Fabul. Love to see it.
One Sylph, all you need.
It's actually a very good cast right there because it's going to make sure their HP is fully up to date, up when this D-Lunar site starts. So,
yeah, gonna try for a Mist Dragon here. Isn't gonna do a whole lot still, just because her attack is based on hit points. Does want to get that. And unfortunately, the D-Lunars both do counter summons with the Remedy special move. So those Little dinks from there, getting patched up 200 hit points at a time.
And those dinks were not big enough to really even matter. It's just, okay, 40 health. Well, yeah, I'm back. I'm good. So Paranoia completes ordeals, gets their magma key, so work their way back down. Let's see if they go straight underground or if they decide to check Baron.
Wraith in a small, okay, in a larger bit of trouble here. Does reset out, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is not a fun spot for those D-liners. They can get up on you real quick. You're finding tints and heal potions in the Baron shop.
Yeah, no cabins. I don't think we've seen cabins yet. Is checking out the Baron item shop, however.
I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure cabins are only going to be behind a gated shop in this flag set.
I don't think they are restricted to a gated shop. However, I know they are not guaranteed also. Meanwhile, Paranoia is the first to throw down that magma key and head underground here. Again, I definitely very much like that opening sylph there.
Yeah, it takes care of all HP problems.
Top off, yeah. Unfortunately, this spot does hit rather hard. Not much going in that weapon and armor shop right there. Gaming with the Wraith will at least get the boon of not trying that Mist Dragon summon immediately. Gonna start out with Sylph. And one D-Lunar will probably go down. Ooh, excuse me. With that remedy in probably 2 Sylphs and a punch.
And meanwhile, Paranoia turning in that magma key, getting underground, and going straight down to the Feymarch.
Doing something I like here. There's only one monster's chest down here. You put a save outside, you either find them or you get enough loot tools where you don't care about the rest of them and just run down there. Because this is another one of those places where the loot is a little bit better because of that trap chest there on these T-Pro flags. Yep, does find the monster's chest on the 2nd floor.
That's an instant reset, but now knows where it is. They can loot the rest of the cave with no worries.
And there were a couple decent things in there. The samurai gauntlets, the poison axes were a ton of money. The silver armor, not so bad either. Gonna take care of any funding problems rather quickly, especially knowing that you are going to be able to loot the bottom floor there, which is the most treasure dense, with impunity.
Meantime, Gaming with a Wraith gets through the D-Liners this time, picks up their Zeus Rage, but more importantly, picks up their Rydia, gets taken care of objective number 4.
Does say, yeah, that Zeus Rage might have been a little bit more useful just a smidge earlier. Meanwhile, Much Paranoia did find a Gungnir Lance. And an Ice Brand, and, well, we don't care about the black armor. They can't all be winners.
Well, there's a Soma drop. We can get that onto our Tella and maybe start casting some swag medias now.
And instantly putting that Soma drop on that Tella. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna let Rivers say it. I mean, I don't want a rubber. I mean, it's what they're saying in there. I don't want that runners to have foo. That's way too easy.
And only a power shirt from the Faymark's freebie today.
I mean, Young's happy about it.
In the meantime, Gamingwith Awraith throws down their magma key, so about to hit on the ground themselves. Paranoia finds either twos in the shop.
The question is, are we going to get our Faymark bosses check here? And will any of them be free? And by free, I mean King Queen Evelyn. That's pretty much about the only thing I take down here.
Go ahead and check the armor shops. Probably looking for curse rings. Doesn't find it, and finds a rune ring, which will be nice.
I got furniture something off of that job dwarf there. I think it was furniture finisher. Yeah.
So Gamingwith Awraith is going ahead validating their seed for us.
Karate would be a complete nope. No Cecil to cheese that fight there. Water Hag, especially given what position he might be in, hits like an absolute truck down here. So yeah, even Water Hag might be a straight on nope here, just because he will one-shot everybody in this party, at least in the Leviathan spot, probably in the Ashura spot as well. But
so Soma drops available for sale in Troma.
yeah. Meanwhile, that's a Baigan, that's an evil wall, and that's a whole lot of nope, is what that is.
That is a pay march that we do not want to touch at any time this seed if we can do it.
So we're hoping for darkness to be behind one of those two, because hey, why not? Meanwhile, get those first two chests in Sylph out of the way. Something that's been kind of popping up in these last few races. A Firebomb and an Odin Summon.
Well, Odin Summon might come in handy if we find the Alt Gauntlet somewhere not too nice.
And the Alt Gauntlet, a few of the, at least like Warlock and Carry fights on the moon. Odin's got some applications here.
Paranoia continues his freebie checks, goes down, talks to Sheila. Gonna probably head back up and take the Sheila 1 check.
I mean, I'd love to say I do dwarf for a 5th character right here. I'm not really... I'm not really like those bosses there. Something very rude will kick this party out, and well, I mean, they do have Sylph, I guess, but even then, that really is going to get one shot in the dwarf character. I would, depending on what Sheila won here and or the Fabul defense gives us here, because nothing's in that item shop. I mean, that Baron key is still out there. Neither of them have used it.
So chat making sure to remind us that that evil wall is actually required by our 5th objective to defeat the Queen of Town summon monsters.
Yeah, that wall is absolutely required. Have fun, runners. I believe that is the one of the tied for the fastest spot on the blue planet there.
In the meantime, Paranoia defending Fabul, and attacking today is the Baron Guards.
I mean, that's kind of how it happened. Anyway, we've got Heroine Robe, Mute Arrow, Rydia, showing everybody how a Fabul defense is done here. 2 shots, 2 kills.
In the meantime, Gamingwith Awraith just went and checked Sheila 1. Looks like they're going to be heading straight to Fabul to do the same thing.
Well, that's an Earth Crystal. That might have been nice to have a little bit earlier.
Yeah, Earth Crystal opens up that nice big treasury there down below.
Yep.
Lots of goodies in this track set.
Each chest has a 1% chance, but you know, hey, there's 20 chests, so hey, I like those chances, right? Of getting into that beautiful tier 7 loot. Meanwhile, Sheila 1 paying out in a darkness crystal. Seed is now wide open.
This is why we always check our freebies, guys.
I'm in a moment of silence that one here.
So it's really interesting to see what Paranoia decides to do here. They did hop into the tracking menu. They did see that the waterfall boss is an objective. Wonder if they're going to head straight there, go ahead and take that out now, or if they're going to try maybe Moon or even Baron, or go back underground.
I mean, to be fair, you want to at least do it before you leave for the Moon. Unless you're just kicking the character here, as Paranoia is immediately summoning that Lunar Whale. But the one thing is, if you're going to be, you know, 4 out of 5, or even 3 out of 5 objectives, excuse me, going up that White Spear altar, the big thing there is, if you complete all your objectives on the Moon, you're probably just going to want to stay there. Whereas if you have a pass, I guess you can come down and kill the waterfall boss on the way back to Troya, but we definitely have not found that yet.
No, but the one good thing about finding Darkness Crystal here, 33-minute mark does open up the D Machine grind. You've got that Soma drop already on Tellus, so you've got the 100 MP. You probably want to go looking for a 5th character, so I'd actually probably go Dwarf or Baron here, or again, the Moonshot, see if we can find one. Find someone decent to slingshot up.
Yeah, the one thing I'd want to do before that, just to kind of round people out there and know what I'm playing with here, is even just at least go, finish up that, loot that Troy treasury. See what you got there at least.
Paranoia heading straight for the Lunar Dais is going to show us who our Lunar character is.
But I mean, with so many character checks out there, you should be seeing a 5th of somebody somewhere here.
That's a Quack Kid.
No, that's
not a Quack Kid. That's Forum.
That's a White Mage
I'm
kid.
sorry.
That's it. That's 5 characters, and to be entirely fair, if you're gonna slingshot somebody that isn't Rydia, Forum's a pretty good choice, and Paranoia saying, Giant, right now, let's go.
Yeah, and Porum might not be the White Mage we want, but she's the White Mage we'll take right now. The Gaming with Wraith in the meantime doing some more shopping up in Troya, finds the life pots and the cure 2s, picks up a couple of each.
Yeah, so here it is. Gaming with Wraith, very likely to show us this Troya treasury, might go to Zot's. Immediate divergence going on here. Paranoia's gonna have the levels, depending on what Gaming with the Wraith finds on the Earth Crystal. Because the one thing is, Paranoia is probably going to fade Zot. Not gonna need it. After Wizard Robe, there's a Mirasame. We're Ninja.
Rocket's Wine.
Gungnir. Ninja Sword. Where's our ninja? Ninja shirt. Yeah.
So we've got all this great equipment for Edge, who will more likely not be appearing in this seed.
It's possible. We've got 2 more characters we haven't found, and I would again assume if Gaming with a Wraith went into here, yep, going immediately for Tower of Zot.
I like that play. So again, with all that edge stuff, go up there, check the two characters. If one of them's an edge, you are golden.
Meanwhile, Much Paranoia is at the save point, and just a matter of time to see just how long it's going to take to find that D-Machine fight here.
Yep, making the save, doing the reset for the manip.
And did Paranoia just turn his encounters back off?
I think he did.
No, we're checking the... Is this even?
I don't think this was specifically shuffled. Can we get a reset? In the meantime, Gaming with Awraith fighting the worst boss in the game, the inventory boss.
Does seem to be very committed in looking for this flame dog chest. Definitely wait once. What is inside? I mean, the loot really hasn't been that good for this party. The loot has been good, just for people not appearing in this seed so far.
Yep, tons of stuff for Sid, Kane, Cecil, Edge. None of the four is to be seen yet. In the meantime, looks like Paranoia has found their D-Machine fight. It's going to take care of the Searcher, or the Beamers, and we'll find out as soon as he does if that is the correct one or not.
And it doesn't look like Beamers can be coffined. Meanwhile, that's a lightsaber in that flame dog chest. Good tech for Cecil, but where's he at?
And right here, Gaming with Awraith is now hoping Edge and Cecil, please, Edge and Cecil.
And to be fair, if it is Edge and Cecil here, which is kind of a long shot, but if this is either even Edge or Cecil, that might turn this seed here.
And those are orbs. Could we see the swag medio?
You know, that's a good place for swag medio, especially with Sylph chipping away. But yeah, if you're gonna drop a medio with Tella, here's the place. Only pairing with Tella, no swag today. Is reconfiguring Palom for archery. But again, like I was saying, if this turns up to be a Paladin, let's say, best case scenario here, Paladin Cecil Edge, that D-Machine grind isn't so much here. If just because you can use those two to kind of blitz your way through this seed.
Yeah, so I wonder if that's what gaming thinking is like. Why go here instead of the Lunar Dais to get a chance for two different characters, two people I could slingshot instead of just one.
Paranoia is taking a little bit of time. There goes the second beamer. Now we get to figure out, is this our fight that we want? Yes, it is. There's the D-Machine. Here comes the grind in just a moment.
Now, I saw Paranoia picked up, I believe, 5 other 2s when they were down in the Fame March, so should be fine for MP for Tella.
That looks about right here.
I also like keeping the Palom dead to help keep the turn order okay.
Death is saying something. Says 5 life potions. I wonder if that hasn't been set. Yeah, or sorted is what I was about to say.
Yeah, I know.
There's probably some more down in the second stack down in the inventory there.
Yeah, well, I know he bought more in Troya when he was up there.
I mean, I know all about running out of life potions in practice here, but
Playing Trinoia, also pulling off the Ice 2 strats to make sure he's getting a double life lich on each one.
Unfortunately, is setting the party up for additional fires in doing so. And does throw a life a little early there. Only going to get one here. Well, no, we only get two here. Or use Tella to heal the party. Yep, there's that second stack of life potions and cure 2s for that matter.
Yeah, we're going to take a round and toss a couple of cure 2s on everybody and then keep on moving. In the meantime, Gaming with Wraith gets through that CPU. About to find out what characters we have up on Zot.
I'm interested.
He is going to go back and take a safety save. Don't blame him with the fact that we haven't seen some of the more rude bosses. I know I personally come across a wyvern up here that absolutely wrecked me.
Well, anything after a long CPU fight is probably good to save her. That's not either of those. However, that is a Fusoya. That's pretty big pay dirt right there.
That's a very spicy piece of thing right there.
Meanwhile, in the chair, do we have character number 7? Nope, that's just another twin. It is, however, the Porom side of the twins that Gaming with the Wraith did not have. So at this point, do you pick up the Fusoya? Do you punt the Tella to take the other White Mage kid? And immediately there goes Tella.
So even if Fu does not have weak yet, that's definitely the move I would make. You don't want to pass it with Fusoya unless you're already Z ready and you're just steamrolling through everything else.
And I mean, the thing here is that the one thing is that Gaming with the Wraith is still in the same place with this Fusoya now. This party is really clamoring for a weak spell, or clamoring for a D-Machine grind.
The chat pointing out Fusoya does not know weak yet, but remember, they still got the boss here to take care of. Plus, if that doesn't give it to us, we've got easily the fight in the Mist Cave, as well as the 2 bosses in Dwarf Castle, which will get Fu up to full power.
Oh yeah, Fu will absolutely just grind through whatever. Will not be wanting for full power for very long.
At this point, with the Fusoya pickup, I wouldn't be surprised if Gaming with the Wraith does not do a D-Machine grind, just goes about through the seed and grinds on the bosses as they go.
It is definitely possible. The one thing with this party is they are going to want all the XP you can throw on them early as possible. Yeah, Fu is absolutely great. But you are going to want to get Rydia, Palom, and Porom all the way up to Nuke, and White, respectively, for this.
I just noticed Gaming with the Wraith kept their Porom down, so might be thinking Slingshot.
Now the other, well, we passed the moment of truth there with it being Dr. Lugay. It was obviously not Dr. Lugay.
So the question is going to become, is Paranoia going to check, go through that element fight to check the CPU boss in the event that it's Dr. Lugay?
Oh, it's only a samurai bow. That's even worse, honestly.
The real reward was the Fusoya we picked up along the way.
Meanwhile, Gaming with the Wraith saying, yeah, I want to fill out this Fusoyo spell list here. Let's go check Mist. See what was free here. Pale Dim, that's not terrible.
That is not the white dragon we are looking for, though.
No. Now, mind you, if Gaming with the Wraith wants to go further down this rabbit hole, there are character checks still at large in Dwarf Castle and Baron. There's Weak, so Weak has been acquired on Fu.
So if they make a beeline straight from Mysidia, we can go ahead and think he's doing D-Machine.
And that is what appears to be happening there. Gaming with the Wraith is parking right in front of Mysidia, likely to be calling that whale.
In the meantime, Paranoia's fight seems to be going pretty well in hand. HP levels are getting a little low again. They're going to start using some Cure 2s soon.
Yeah, Paranoia has a huge lead on the grind. Jeebus there. Gaming with Wraith does have an extra check. And to be entirely fair, that Fusoya is probably going to make up some ground as well. So I'm not ready to call it a huge lead just yet.
Remember, Paranoia still has not done the waterfall yet, too, so hasn't taken care of that boss. So, Gaming with Wraith, technically a full check plus an objective ahead.
Wraith is moving to the moon, likely gonna check the lunar dais before signaling for that D-Machine grind, I'm guessing here. Or Hummingway Cave check. I know I saw multiple ethers in Wraith's inventory, however.
Yes, I believe they picked up a stack of 10 ether 1s, and I believe they only picked up 2 ether 2s while they were down in the Fey March.
We love to see vampires, just not up here.
Vampires are great early game. Once you get underground, really not too much of a need for them. I was like Paranoia having some problems with timing with some of these life spells. Seeming to get them off too early, not getting them off on time.
That is the weak spell going out on the Searcher, so let's see just how many. Picking up Porom is going to shoot down Tella here. Your job is done, old man. Eventually.
I don't know, Tella can be pretty stubborn trying to go down.
And Wraith is calling for the Giant, so D-Machine Grind coming in there as well. And I will be right back real quick.
Okay, and while we are waiting on Paranoia's grind to finish, looks like they're going to get all the levels they could ever want to need. Wraith heading up there. Again, want to give a shout out to our restream team tonight. Joseph Mano doing the restream, Dath is doing the tracking, myself and Knight do on the mics. We appreciate you guys being here for the entire week of matches that we've done, and look forward to presenting you the rest of the bracket matches as they come on in the weeks to come. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. That Palom getting all the way up to not just white, but life 2. That is one massively buff Porom. Outside Paranoia is just going to go ahead and warp on out. Not going to check the elements fight. Not going to see who's behind there. I mean, considering how many levels they got, that fight should have been pretty easy. Just tossing up a wall or Sarvale up and tossing a bunch of fire threes from Palom and Tella would have gotten that job done real easy.
Alright, I do apologize for that one there. Did not actually get the full amount of XP Paranoia did get on that grind. Was Nuke and White gained?
Nuke and White were both gained.
Okay.
However, Paranoia did fade the Elements fight. Did not want to have anything to do with it. Looks like they're going to head down to the Feymarch. Go ahead and take on the bosses down here.
Yeah, you know, with Reflex strats, I might have actually been persuaded that, you know, and I was thinking about that too. If Luge is back there, might have been persuaded with Reflex strats and people capable of all the magic.
And that was what I pointed out. One Sarvale and then having Tella and Palom throwing out the fired threes. Those would have been an easy fight.
Mm-hmm.
We see on Gaming with the Wraith side, they got it set up. Looks like they're looking to see if this is the correct fight. Killing off their Porum. Trying to make sure their party order saves to what they want.
I mean, sometimes in Venerable, we're just hoping for the swag drift there.
So one thing I just noticed on Gaming with a Wraith side, they have their Fu in that second slot, not the middle. So I know Fu's got a little bit better accuracy than Tella, but it's going to be interesting to see if he ends up missing a week somewhere along the line without that extra accuracy.
Yeah, that's definitely a possible problem there. Is queuing up Ice 2s definitely wants to look to be queuing up multiple life potions here if possible. So while we've got Gaming with the Wraith moving through that grind here, we do have Paranoia setting up for, does look like Feymarch bosses here. The one bad thing is, even though the team has plenty of levels, the armor looks a little dicey here. Not much mage equipment for either.
Yeah, both of these spots are going to hit like trucks. So even with the reduced armor, even with those HP, it might not be enough to even survive one hit.
However, a Berserk Yang is going to be a thing of absolute beauty from this point forward.
But judging by that hit on Rydia, I believe she's probably still wearing that heroine robe, so only 600 damage from that evil wall.
Yeah, not going to be great for her magic power, unfortunately. This is not going to be the best nuke of all time coming out here. But hey, she'll at least be alive to cast it.
Looks like Tella setting up to go ahead and kill himself off, keep him as an agility anchor, as no one has found curse strings yet.
Not at all. Probably was hoping that Evil Wall would do it for him, but Evil Wall not complying with this whatsoever.
Evil Wall goes down in short order. The barrage of nukes, whites, and yang, just a little bit too much for him. Takes care of the objective number 5 and gets the package.
A package you can't technically reset out of. If just because that the possibility for is resetting out wants nothing to do with that Vigan. Where are you going, Much Paranoia?
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes at a dwarf castle or goes to check that package to see if Luge is there.
I mean, I'd be surprised if the package was checked, but 2 bosses at dwarf, probably not a bad idea.
Yep, running right up, going to see a blue robe. So, is it going to be Gauntlet? Is it going to be Water Hag? We'll find out in a moment.
If it is Gauntlet, I'll pose this question to you. If this is Gauntlet, do you reset out? Although I do not. Oh, wait, we have both robes here?
It's not Gauntlet. It's going to be Water Hag. Gauntlet would be 3 robes.
But as Zathis was saying, did we see a blue robe in the Tower of Zot?
We might have. I actually didn't pay attention.
Yeah, Golbez was apparently a blue robe as well, so...
So it's going to be Water Hag and the Gauntlet. And Paranoia does not have that knowledge. Wraith will.
If you are Paranoia and you see that second blue robe come up, and you know that Luge is the only thing you have there, do you just reset out and hope whatever key item there doesn't chain into where you're looking for?
I don't know. I think I would. I think if I see the second blue robe, realize it's... I'd probably check the character first just to see who it might be. But I think and Paranoia resets out.
Instant reset. Doesn't care about the character whatsoever. Don't really blame, given that the D Machine grind is already completed.
Looks like Paranoia is going to take the chance, check the Miss Cave spot.
So the question, oh no, here comes the week. Wraith says done on the D Machine grind. Did seem to be a little faster, at least seemed to be a little faster than Paranoia going through it here. Let's see what the experience is. Only 605,000 as opposed to what I believe was the 10.4 million or 1.404 million that Paranoia got there. That said, Poron did get to white. Hallam should have all the tier 3s there. Already at 23 more levels, might get to Quake.
Yeah, but definitely shy of Nuke on both of the Black Mages, so be interesting to see if they plan to do any type of grinding up on the moon as well, just grind off of the moon bosses.
That's what I'm thinking here. Moon bosses probably did get an Hourglass 3 out of the drops there. Not bad.
In the meantime, Paranoia noped out of Baron, noped out of Dwarf Castle, decided to go to Baron.
I guess that's the other question. I mean, with the extra grind necessary here, does Wraith take this Elements fight?
That might be why they cut it short. They might be planning to take the Elements fight.
Burning North. About to see Vanilla Elements come down.
And I don't see a reset, so it looks like he is going to be taking this fight.
I see it for the XP. And you know, it's the 1 out of 36 here, but you know, if you see Luge here, you win.
And I'm doing exactly what I said it was going to be the right thing, putting a wall up. It's going to probably be casting a bunch of fire 3s out.
Oh yeah, 1 wall, all the fire 3s, 3 sources of fire 3. This Mylon, while fast here, doesn't exactly stand much of a chance against all this magical firepower.
In the meantime, Paranoia gets to the Magus Sisters, is about to show us who's on the Baron throne today.
it's Odin. No, Mom Bomb. We've already seen Odin. I'm not paying attention here. So anyway, Mom Bomb, definitely not what you're looking for. Baron might be a bust here.
Chat pointing out it's 6 bombs and a trench coat on the throne today.
I mean, it's one large bomb in a trench coat first, and then when it explodes, then is the trench coat still there?
These are the questions we need answered.
Do they all have little mini trench coats?
In the meantime, Paranoia makes very short work of the Mom Bomb, gets a Cecil as our 7th character.
And immediately kicked to the curb. No paladin for us.
So now as a viewer, I am hoping that there's a crystal sword in this spot.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to be mean about it. Uh-oh, the wall ran off. And, Young 80 Fire 3 to the face, unfortunately.
It's okay, he did his job. Now we can just put Star Rail up on Rydia and keep on going.
That's a Luca key, so it is possible that Baron is still alive just based on that Luca key here.
Paranoia says, I've got the levels, I'm gonna go ahead and check the Odin spot, let's get this out of the way and don't come back.
Yep, gonna likely just run down there, hand over the reset button. No Luge, gonna probably be an instant reset.
Meantime, Wraith gets through the elements fight.
Drum roll, please. It's a Mist Dragon.
Bonus round.
Interesting. Part of me was like, I'm resetting almost out of anything else here. This could be the almost, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think unfortunately you have to take this fight, not just because, okay, you get the key item from the Odin spot, but possibly the key item from Demas as well.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the good thing about the fight here is Demas will only do 3 attacks and then turn into mist. So with 4 characters over 1000 HP, you're not worried about losing this fight. It's just going to take a while.
Pretty much. Meanwhile, here comes the CPU slot. And it's Dark Knight Cecil, which I might have actually taken for the XP there. Wraith wants nothing to do with it.
So unfortunately, Giant is a bust, but we do have our levels. We should be able to dunk on anything else the seed throws us.
I mean, yeah, that is maximum pain. Actually, I have no idea how much Pain Man hits for in that spot. I'm assuming upwards of a K.
Yeah, I imagine a fully healed Yang probably could have tanked all 3 hits, but doesn't want to waste the time.
So there is a pink tail from the Odin throne.
Unfortunately, no hook to currently turn it in with.
Well, yeah, I mean, at this point, there's not really much unless it's like, here, have the Stardust Rod. Meanwhile, Wraith says, I don't care about this Baron key. We're going to the moon.
Now, my question here is, I know Paranoia has taken a look at the tracker a couple of times. How long is he going to keep fading this waterfall spot?
That's a good question, honestly. One I do not have the answer to. Meanwhile, we know Pink Tail can't lead to any potential bosses. That's a pass. That's not terrible. And it does mean you could actually get away with leaving that waterfall check to last now.
That's what I was going to say after this check. If this is not pass, I wonder if he's searching for a pass and going, okay, if I can get a pass, I'll just, once I get everything I need, I'll come back down, do waterfall, head straight to Troya, and head straight to Z.
Yeah, there's a couple things at large that Paranoia knows about. Most notably, that's a very free fight at Cape Bahamut there, right, by the way. But
That's going to be the Kaipo guards. We've already seen Baron.
Yep, extremely free fight coming out here. Might be sitting on the fatal spell, I would guess here. Just looking to get a life glitch on the back officer, I guess. Or is looking for stone, just to do it all once, but...
Well, I believe they both got an hourglass, so if they want to toss it here, now would be the time.
Yeah, I mean, Kaipo guards, I'm not sure I want to throw the hourglass here. Hallam will not get a share of this 35,000 XP.
Well, Fusaya is at full power, and we get a spoon.
I'd be more excited about it if it wasn't just the 6th key item on Wraith's side right here.
It looks like Paranoia went down, saw it was the Kaipo guards, and reset right back out.
Yeah, Paranoia is probably just in... doesn't need to take fights for XP, only has 3 more technical rabbit hole key items, at least that lead to bosses, in the hook, the twin harp, and the tower key.
Yeah, I would add the pan and the rat tail to that, just because, again, we could have something locked behind rat tail or locked behind Sheila 2 or the pan check that leads us to Luge.
True. And River's got a, yeah, Panda. Luge is still at large. We don't know where he is.
And answer a question in chat. Unfortunately, the Spoony Bard is not available in this flag set.
Double not available because the Spoony Bard is not appearing in this seed. Actually, Paranoia actually does only know 6 of the characters, does not know that Fu is the final character here.
And both runners going top down. Kind of shocked to see that. We find Val Alice.
We found it. Yeah, we found a reset button is what we found right there. I mean, to be fair, both players right here, right now, could berserk that Yong and get through it. Easy. But I wouldn't take that fight either.
Yeah, Yong's the only one who's going to be able to do anything in that fight, and that's just going to be a, sit there and keep healing Yong.
Yes, Wraith does know what is at the evil wall is at the Asura spot, is going to be going back down. Of note, will likely not have that pass if we find Dr. Luge up here, because there's no reason to go to Baron at that point. Oh, Parrot did not? Oh, Parrot... Oh.
Parrot hasn't checked the waterfall yet.
Oh, hasn't checked the waterfall, and it's just late day at the waterfall. So honestly, I believe if you're gaming with a Wraith here, part of me says you really don't want to find it up here, just because you know you're going to have to take that moon hike back.
Either that or hoping that the pass is hiding behind Luge if it's up here.
Yeah, unfortunately, we in the commentators box here know exactly where that pass is, and it's through a Mist Dragon at the Odin place in Baron, and given that nothing else is there, you really don't want to go through Baron.
Yeah, and at this point, by the time Wraith even gets to that point, there's going to be absolutely no need to even check that spot.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Neither spot in the tower has been checked. Gaming with Wraith giving us the required... That's a required Wyvern. Not much magic power at this spot, unfortunately, but... Dolls at the Wyvern slot. And Young actually has enough hit points to shrug off the Mega Nuke.
Yeah, as you pointed out, this is a very low magic spot, so Mega Nuke not going to do much damage, and these nukes coming up here in a minute are probably going to be very, very tiny.
Tiny, at least, for nukes. Dolls at the Vanilla Wyvern spot, only a Crystal Helmet as the reward. However, Paranoia is still apparently checking some boss slots here.
I don't not like that. Just, you know, you still need, as we said, the hook, Twin Heart, Tower Key, possibly Pan, or Rat Tail. Check the spots, that way you don't have to worry about coming back to it.
Low magic power spot, sure, but still gonna drop Yang from... Is a fight the Paranoia is going to have a little bit of easier time with 2 nuke casters as opposed to the only one still in. Are still on Wraith's team here, and was that an immediate set out of that Wyvern from Paranoia?
That was. I think they want to go lower their battle speed. They were not confident enough to get a Starbell off.
Yep. Wyvern's still rolling about 1,200 on his nukes right now. Does have 28,000 hit points, as that Remedy just so nicely told us there.
Yeah, usually you'd say if you get to the Remedy portion of Wyvern script, this fight's going on too long. In this case, it's probably not necessarily a bad thing, just considering.
Yeah, Wyvern does have Remedy in the script if the fight goes on long and Wyvern has to refresh the wall that he bounces nukes off of. Down goes Wyvern on Wraith's side. Down goes Wyvern on Paranoia's side. And a tower key for their trouble.
So at this point with both runners, I think we keep clearing the moon, especially on Paranoia's side. With that pass, you want to go ahead full clear this moon so you don't have to worry about coming back. For Wraith, the question becomes, do you want to check another spot or do you want to chase that tower key?
Yeah. The one, if this Dr. Lugate does prove hard to find here, Wraith has a small advantage in at least knowing what is at CPU.
Well, that's Karate at the Demon spot.
Gonna have a lot of hit points there. Don't know if you're gonna get that Cure 4 off in time. And yeah, still on battle speed 4 on that side. Did not see it get switched back. Yeah, Wraith almost definitely counting on this for XP here, so I do not see her fading or him fading this fight. Don't know why I went there, but anyway.
Yeah, again, Wraith taking the lesser amount on the D machines probably was thinking, okay, I will get my levels with that Elements fight, and then on the moon bosses that I face.
In a spot like this, Yang is quick to pick off low hit point characters with that kick attack.
Yeah, the Iridion on Paranoia side barely surviving that kick. It's got 14 HP left.
I don't think think Wraith actually messed with battle speed at all. I'm pretty sure Wraith is still on BS1, yeah.
Yeah, Wraith has managed to get the starter off on the Wyvern. Did not have to go out of it. Didn't have to change it at all. The Paranoia is through.
And equipment for one character that got booted to the side of the road, and one not appearing in this seed.
And again, I haven't seen cabins at all in the seed, have you?
Not all shops were checked, I believe, but no, cabins is definitely not a thing that has been seed. Anyway, we're down to only one boss spot left on the moon. Paranoia walking up to it right now. Is it Lugae, or is the moon mostly haunted? It's mostly haunted, and if you were to ask me the top multiple places I would throw that Hourglass 3, right here. Right here.
I would 100% agree with that thought.
Yep, and Paranoia does fish that Hourglass 3 out there, is using it with Yongs, and the Dark Imps are having none of it. They say, I see what you're doing there. Nope.
So if I'm gaming with a Wraith, I'm very happy to see Dark Imps here, because I'm going to toss that Hourglass. I'm going to life glitch the heck out of these and get all the rest of the XP I need.
Anyway, there's Size, there's Stone. Paranoia going to backup strats here, but yeah, with that Hourglass 3 here, even got a coffin there for good measure, but here comes the life glitches. That's a pan, so definitely interesting there. So the question is, knowing what we know, where in the world is Dr. Lugae?
If I'm Paranoia at this point, I go check tower. I go ahead and do top of tower, see who's there, and I'll tell me who's on the hook path, and then check tower key. Go ahead and make those checks, see what's there, and then kind of decide where I want to go after that. Also, worth pointing out, Paranoia has the Luca key. Wraith does not. So if Lugae's at Luca, could have a major lead for Paranoia.
True. Wraith did get XP, but not as much as Wraith wanted there. As I believe both potential nuke kids do not have nuclear spells yet.
Well, Wraith still has the Wyvern spot to go through, so wouldn't be surprised to see them go there as they are warping back out.
True, and I did miss the... yeah, definitely warping to check that. So bear with me right now, because my evil thought right now is saying, let's get Dr. Lugae in Cave Magnus with the Twin Harp behind the Valvelus they both noped out of at Pale Dim.
As a viewer, I like that idea. As a runner, I'm probably saying a lot of words that cannot be repeated on stream.
No, I'm trying to be evil. Dwarf, actually, we know. Dwarf is double blue robe.
So how about we one up this? Let's say instead of Twin Harp behind Valvelus, it's actually the hook behind that Valvelus at Pale Dim. Behind Dwarf Castle and that alternate gauntlet is the Rat Tail. Behind the Rat Tail is that Twin Harp, and that's where we find Dr. Lugae.
I like your thinking here.
And to be honest, I kind of want to see one of them check the pan, and it ended up being the Adamant and the Legend Sword.
So anyway, down go the dolls. And Paranoia has actually faded a few bosses. Did not take a flyer, I believe, in Cave Bahamut.
Paranoia did. They both did K Bahamut.
Oh, they both did K Bahamut. I know.
Oh, no. Paranoia checked it, but did not actually do it. I'm sorry.
Yes, yeah. Beigen is still looming. We have another Moon Sparkle. We have a Leviathan in the Rubicant slot. Either way, we know Tower is not the way so far.
So this should be Plague, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the only Moon boss we haven't seen. Or Ogopogo.
Ogopogo's still alive, yep. And there is the nope rope here.
All honesty, these levels, that's not really going to be that big of a problem.
Maybe. Paranoia's going all in on the magic attack here, inviting every percentage-based counterattack here. Here comes a Blaze. There's a white charging on Porom here. Here comes another Blaze.
In the meantime, Gaming with the Wraith exiting out, doing the exact same play, climbing up the tower.
Dropping everybody but the twins. And you can't take too long on just life potioning everybody here, because Ogopogo is going to break out another big wave here real soon. That last nuke here with Palom should, however, finish it.
The big wave misses the Palom on both attempts. So
I said that Palom has dodged like 3 big waves, or 2 big waves and 2 blazes there.
That confirmed that Palom is the best trainer. There's our Crystal Sword! Yes! Oh, that makes me so happy.
Cecil, where are you now? Oh, I'm still just on the Baron Throne, just chilling out here.
In the meantime, Gaming with the Wraith found Plague in the tower room, tower key room. Took care of him, no problem.
Wraith does need just to leave, but wow.
Thankfully, Wraith is going to toss his save, so I'm pretty sure we'll end up resetting out that Crystal Sword once they get to that point.
Might not actually, still needs XP. This is one of the largest sources of XP still left, with Rydia teetering on 49, and I think Palom's not far behind that 52 he needs either. Might have to walk it out.
In the meantime, Paranoia gets through that Plague fight with no problems at all. Is about to start walking it out. Show us what we get.
Well, we don't get Dr. Luge yet. Oh, and here we go. Wraith doing the large IQ play here. That is a Star Veil coming up on Porom.
Lydia dodged both big waves. Foodbot dodged one of them.
She's good like that. Oh, never mind. Wraith's Palom does have nuke there. And like I said, Rydia at 49 is right on the precipice. So all the nuke casters, Porom knows white. So Wraith did get there.
Yeah, Rydia just needs a couple more levels. Should get him here. Probably going to pick up nuke.
And a much smoother fight. And there's a rock.
Paranoia heading Luca.
So we do have a moment of truth coming up here with Gaming with the Wraith not having that Luca key. And I believe that was out of Baron? I believe that was out of Baron.
And that was in the Baron pot.
So we are almost guaranteed to have some form of divergence Wraith, however, what now? What's your play? Turn in that pan, look for, now Paranoia actually has not done, Zot now that I come to think of it. There's 2 bosses up there. Paranoia could fall into the Zot rabbit hole still.
That is very true. So could see. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Wraith head down to Feymarsh, take on that Baigan.
Yeah, this is that. I might fade that Baigan still. The thing is, if I'm Wraith right now, I might turn in that pan.
Well, Wraith still hasn't completed the evil wall, so it hasn't got an objective done.
Would go down to Feymarsh there.
And Chat's pointing out, Wraith has also checked both bosses in the Giant, whereas Paranoia has only checked the one.
Yeah, Paranoia only knows about elements, does not know... Oh no, here goes, Wraith does not know Dwarf Castle is a pair of blue robes.
Well, he completed Zot. He knows there's one blue robe, he just doesn't know which one it is.
Oh, true, yeah. There's a hook down in the bottom of Luca Cave, but who's the boss?
I mean, even if this isn't Luga, you have to walk this out because that's going to be a potential boss at King Queen
It's
Evelyn.
not Dr. Luga!
So at this point, we're looking at Luga hiding behind package.
Yep.
At the Twin Harp.
Yep.
Or at King Queen Evelyn. So I believe that's the only 3 spots we have not seen.
I'm trying to think of any others right now, but I'm coming up pretty blank.
Now, if there's a spot we missed, let us know. But I think that's the only places left.
So the thing is, Paranoid does have 2 of those slots accessible with this hook coming out of Luca Cave. Wraith has none of them, but could be getting one if he goes through this fight and...
Yeah, we know the Rubicante spot is Leviathan, so it's not going to be there.
Yes. The Rubicante spot is Leviathan, yes. We did find that from the Zot check there. Or not, yeah, from Babel check, duh. Yes, they both nuked out a moon spot. Valvolus is still looming in the Pale Dim slot. Could be guarding that Twin Harp.
So I'm a little, I can tell Wraith is going to go through with this because, again, he already knows there's a blue robe there, saw the second blue robe, knows there's Water Hag, knows the gauntlet's coming.
Yeah, unless he forgot, it's possible some racers have been like, oh, I'm like, well, crap. So the only reason you would, well, I mean, more than the only reason, there's Porom. We didn't even see Porom earlier, by the way, I don't think.
No, Paranoia had reset out before the character even came out.
Yeah. So we're about to have another, well, not moment of truth here. The other one huge thing right now that is in Paranoia's favor, Paranoia has a pass.
Yeah, and that could end up being really the difference maker in this race, depending on where Dr. Luge is hiding.
Oh yeah, if this gives Twin Harp, then we're just in which one's right. So yeah, I'm assuming, yeah, if I'm Paranoia, I'm checking. Well, Paranoia hasn't been. Oh yeah, Paranoia's been up the tower. Paranoia knows that Leviathan is there, but it does look like Paranoia is running for that hovercraft. Oh no, finally picking off that waterfall boss. Okay.
All I figured at this point was so much of a hunt to spin. Let me go ahead and take this out now, get it over with, so I'm not going to forget it, and I'll go back to my Luge hunt.
Yep. I mean, you were already coming back here for the hovercraft anyway.
Yeah, so if I'm Paranoia, I'd probably go check King Queen Evelyn.
Absolutely.
And then if that's not it, I reset out, I check package.
Yep.
That's not it, I reset out and check Zot. That's probably the order of I'd go in.
Yeah. I mean, Zot's 2 bosses. I could see a Zot check even faster than the others here. But picking up that hovercraft is going to make a liar out of me, and probably taking this thing straight to Cave Eblin. Gonna check himself a King Queen boss. Meanwhile, Gaming with a Wraith is through the alternate gauntlet. What's our prize? Only an elixir. Oh no.
And to remind us, Pan still hasn't been checked, so Twin Heart could still be behind that Pan check.
Twin Harp could absolutely be behind that Pan check, and it's gonna sit in Wraith's pocket for a little bit longer. Unfortunately, yep, here comes the Baron play. Now, however, this is going to net Wraith the hook. Or at least the Luca key to get the hook.
Yeah, but at this point, if Luge is down here at King Queen Eblin, there's, I don't think, enough time for Gaming with a Wraith to catch back up. Paranoia is going to be able to take this one easy.
You know, part of me was really hoping that Cecil was there. Well, I mean, he reset out of the Crystal Sword, so I was just hoping it was just, you know, more salt in the wound there. To go around with, you know, salt.
Paranoia and his fabulous team of salt. With
Yeah,
a blue in the middle.
Yeah, and Pizza throwing this out there. I mean, our Rat Tail could be on that Val still to get to that Twin Harp. But I just wanted to go see that, make him go through Valvolus Appaled him.
Yeah, that is our hope and dream right now, is that that's what we have to do.
So anyway, here come the Mega Sisters on Wraith's side. 1 Quake, and they will likely be leaving.
In the meantime, Paranoia is almost down to the bottom. I wouldn't be surprised to see him not even save. Just be like, if this isn't it, I'm out of here. If this is it, it doesn't even matter. I've got the levels.
There was that save right outside of Cave Eblin there. I think he was even back up the airship, and here we go. It's Dr. Luge! You do need the hook. Are you not entertained?
That is bad news for Wraith. He needs to complete this Baron, chase that Luca key immediately, and then chase that hook. Otherwise, this one's all Paranoia.
Yeah, and the thing is, that Luca key, well, no, that Luca key was in the pot, I believe, correct?
Yes, Luca key is in the pot. The Odin spot was Demist holding some piece of garbage item that we don't even need. I think a crystal helm.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Now that is pointing out Demist did have the pass.
True.
So
it does mean getting through the it does mean getting through the Demist fight. However, Wraith does have 3 nuke casters. Gets the news. Does still have that Crystal Sword, but probably is not still picking up this 11th hour to Cecil.
And there's Paranoia finishing the last objective, defeating Dr. Luge, getting his crystal. And we'll see if he wants to just go ahead and complete the hook route or if he just nopes it back out.
I would totally just walk this back out.
That is exactly what he's doing. Finds out the hard way. You unfortunately cannot warp from this main room. I believe you can warp from every other room, though.
However, warped Paranoia the wrong way. Yeah, it did. Anyway, there's a Luca key. And yep, there's the Odin check that was likely to come of it. And unfortunately, since it's Demas back there, like I said, Wraith is extremely likely to check this. We'll probably get the time back on it, just because it ends up being the pass, but... Oh yeah, Wraith does still need to also hit Asura down at the Fame Arc, too.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see any way for Gaming with a Wraith to really catch up unless Paranoia takes a couple unfortunate wipes on the Z fight.
Not impossible, however, extremely unlikely.
And Wraith doing exactly what we thought he would. Sees Demas and immediately starts taking it down.
Yep. Again, like you said, 3 nuke casters. Yeah, you're fine with just rolling over Demas right there.
So Paranoia takes Enterprise to Troya, parks it, doing some last minute menuing, getting their spells set up. It's about this time that we have a question we'd like to ask.
Man, I don't even see any flags out there. It's like people aren't rolling up to, you know, a certain door or anything here. I mean, do they want to know? Oh, okay, so we've got a few flags now, so I believe the question is, whose butts are we going to kick tonight, or this afternoon? We're not even to tonight yet. The day is still very young.
In all honesty, I'm kind of hoping to see Busby again, just since it's the one that Paranoia picked for winning the Hopen.
That scarred me, I'm not gonna lie. And this is coming from somebody who finished both games.
Looks like Wraith is going to chase out Luca Key immediately, get that hook, hopefully pushes them to go down there, check that King Queen Evelyn spot.
Well, I mean, Scala's here. I thought I saw Natara somewhere, so if Natara's still here, we have to remove Ultra Smiths from the pool, because, you know, that's not gonna... I mean, I don't see Natara, so maybe Ultra Smith still is in the pool right now. Oh no, somebody else made the joke like last night. I'm just continuing it here. I'm not taking credit.
Nope, it's a joke that will never end. In the meantime, Paranoia having Boomer throw the crystal. About to show us Romus's true form tonight. It's the tip job, dwarf.
Finally, the first time I have seen him out in the wild. If you meet the temp job dwarf on the road, you must unfortunately kill the temp job dwarf.
I will say this is kind of fitting for Paranoia, because Paranoia did not validate the seed, did not check the temp job dwarf, whereas Wraith did. So
true.
Tim John George is getting his revenge. In the meantime, Wraith is still working their way through the Ashura fight at the Seal Cave, but Paranoia already bouncing spells. Shouldn't be too long till he takes out this Job Dwarf.
Here comes the first big bang.
Honestly, I would be surprised if we see a second Big Bang.
Yeah, so would I actually. 9,000 damage from that white here. 2 nukes ready to go. Tella taking a nap. He deserves it. You know, Scala, no amount of times is too many to make sure Zeroma's sprite looks just right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say this is probably my favorite sprite I've ever seen, so I'm good with this.
It's top 5, yeah.
So Wraith has the hook, speeds to the Shura, warping back out the Luca Cave. Let's see where they go next. Hopefully it's either straight to the Fame Arch to take care of that evil wall, or down towards the hook route.
There's the flash. There's the bang. Down goes Temp Jobness.
And with that, Paranoia is going to win this bracket race. Final SRL time of 1 hour, 42 minutes, 33 seconds.
Totally picked the wrong temp job. However, we are joined in chat by It's Paranoia, GG, and congratulations on advancing.
Thank you. Demachined like 35 minutes in. Feels real good.
You were first in and first out. Did get the most amount of XP. You stopped at 1.04 million. Wraith also did D-Machines a little bit earlier, a little bit later. Did stop someplace. Did find the 7th character in the seed at Zot. Nothing much else there. In Fusoya.
I think for once I will lose no sleep over missing Fu.
Yeah, I believe it was a samurai bow for winning that one. So yeah, no sleep whatsoever there. So, but yeah, only took like enough to get 600,000. Did not get white and nuke on everybody there, and it just kind of came down to the amount of divergence you two did in your checks. And as we see, Wraith just did fish the hook out of the Luca Cave there, is coming back. Never did deal with that evil wall. Gonna be real easy with this team, however. Still, I gotta ask, you did still have the Tower of Zot in front of you with 2 bosses in it. What was, I mean, was it just, I have the hook, I'm making the play to... I'm making the play to King Queen Evelyn right now.
Kinda, yeah. Also partially because I was just sitting here like thinking, there's no way that they did not go up to tower hunting for bosses. So I went to King Queen Evelyn instead.
That's definitely a fair point. I gotta ask you, what was going through your mind when you saw that Valveless that killed him?
I thought, no, and left.
I will say, from a viewer standpoint, we were all hoping that something good would be behind there, but for you guys' sake, it thankfully was not required.
Yeah, about the only things we have not found yet is the Rat Tail, the Legend Sword, and the Twin Harp. Speaking of swords, however, how about that Crystal Sword on the top of our lower Babel?
By the time I found it, and then I had already dismissed Cecil, had my grind down, I was just like, you know what, I don't need this. Bye. I reset out of it.
Yeah, Wraith actually did keep the Crystal Sword, did see the Cecil, said, nope, don't need this, and walked away. The only thing that would have made it better has had both of you, decide to throw it into the trash can, but... Well, I mean, you reset out, so that's like throwing it in the trash can. Meanwhile, we are actually going to see what comes out of this pan. Wraith is going that way. Really, I guess the only question I have is there any other thoughts you have on this seed there? It was we were all thinking Jet Seed here early until
Dr. Luggage.
until Luggage was gunning for that hide and seek championship.
I also saw I enjoyed Water Hag into like Gauntlet because I'm like, you know what, that's slow, and I'm hoping this spot isn't done, so I reset out.
To give you a little bit more on that, Wraith did finally go back for that one, took it. He only missed an elixir.
Excellent.
Yeah, and we do see a lunar staff for hitting Yang with the pan here, so yeah, there were a couple faded bosses on both ends that were just like, you know, we just hope it's here, you know, Valveless being the big one. Wraith about to get the news of the past at the very least, but does not know how long it's going to be before the check on the King Queen slot there. Yeah, I think when you check King Queen Evelyn, the only slots we did not know were package, King Queen Evelyn, and the Twin Harp, which we never found. Speaking of, Mist Village is burning down. Fusoya is the character, and there's a bunch of white mages doing it.
So again, GG's Paranoia. Congratulations on the win. Are you looking forward to your next opponent in Rivers McCown?
Let me think on that.
Just fade something. I'm not sure what yet. I admit to not really being entirely learned on Rivers McCown meta. Just like send them like a VOD of a Mets game or something, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. No, take Fabul, because he's gonna fade Fabul.
Again, thank you so much, Paranoia, for letting us restream you. GG's on the win. We look forward to seeing you in your next round race, and have a good rest of your day and rest of the weekend, okay?
Thank you for having me. I'll talk to y'all later.
Absolutely. Well played again.
In the meantime, Game with the Wraith said going through that package check is going to unfortunately get the disappointing news that this is not where Dr. Blue Gay is hiding.
Yep. And actually, while we're getting an idea of this boss here, what we can actually see here. Let me bring it up here.
Oh, we saw Twin Harp was behind Sheila 2.
Twin Harp was behind Sheila 2, okay.
Yeah, and Rat Tail is the reward for completing Twin Harp. Legend Sword was behind Valveless.
And there was a turtle inside the Kaipo Inn.
And Ray saying, I do not feel like making turtle soup today. I'm going to go somewhere else.
I mean, the turtle soup is not exactly tough right there. However, we might actually get our music here.
Yeah, it unfortunately looks like Game with the Wraith is going to last location that King Queen Evelyn spot, which is, of course, where we know he needs to go, but...
Yep. Might tilt your head a little bit at it, but...
At this point, I think you even seeing the dot done, you've just got to follow the chains and think, all right, my opponent probably already did this. I've had this pan since a while. Let's go ahead and see what happens.
Yep, and that is a beeline straight for it. So, you know what, Wraith, you may have not won the match here, but you are definitely a hero to the free enterprise people because, hey, we just like good music.
I give Wraith credit. He both validated the seed and giving us music. Paranoia didn't give either one. Wraith is a winner in our hearts.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, honestly, we want Wraith to see that that's Roma Sprite anyway. And we'll get some music, so some music better than no music. So I'm trying to figure out who could be left guarding said music. And part of me said, it could be extended because you know who we haven't seen yet this seed?
We haven't seen a Golbez, have we?
We have not seen Mr. Ha 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 himself.
So let's see, Golbez, who's the other person we haven't seen? There's only 2 bosses we haven't seen at this point.
Let's see. We have not seen Golbez, and that's actually a good question. We've seen Octos, we've seen Pain Man. Smart use of the stone spell there to get through that part of the fight. No, we've seen Wyvern. He's definitely been in the seed. He was required. We've seen all of the lunar sparkles. We've seen Sura. We've seen Vital Elements. We've seen both sets of guards.
Have we seen King Queen Evelyn?
We have not seen King Queen Evelyn.
So this is going to be the freest of free or the non-freest of not free.
Yep, pretty much. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now because the music is playing.
So it's King Queen Evelyn here. Freest of free fights. Some Genova from Final Fantasy VII. Love to hear it. Wraith letting us hear the whole thing. Gonna give that rat tail, even knowing this is not what I need.
Yep. Well, we know that is the point, but yeah, actually, yeah, after we knew that was it, yeah, there are no more gated key items left, so now it's just a matter of pointing yourself at the right direction here. And let's see here.
Well, again, at this point, we have the knowledge that nothing's going to be behind that valve list that we need, so he knows he doesn't have to worry about that. Gotta think the only thing he's got left at this point he has not checked is that King Queen Evelyn spot, so hopefully that's where he heads.
Yeah, because Baigan can't be there, and yep, here comes picking up the hovercraft, and is headed straight there. Wraith about to get the news here.
Yeah, Luge did a great job hiding on the hook path in the Magma Key Seed.
So while Wraith is out here getting this, somebody has put together a much easier to look at bracket of the remaining 16. So in the round of 16, we are going to have in the top left bracket, we're going to have Invenerable versus Woobear, and Fred Coughlin versus Pizza 34. In the bottom left bracket, we're going to have Beer Nerd 1 versus Zilch 6. and Dark Kobold versus Flurry 14. In the upper right bracket, we've got Korek versus Moonblaze Wolf, and Nablaforce versus some scrub named Nightdew. In the bottom right, we will have Penguinator versus Error 72 and Much Paranoia. The winner of this match taking on Rivers McCown.
So that is going to be our round 16 pairings. Looking forward to having 8 wonderful matches put on to you across the various networks we use, including the Free Enterprise channel, RPG Limit Break, and the Randomania networks. None of those races have been scheduled yet, so please feel free to keep an eye out and keep listening for updates. Also, you can join Discord, check the website, and see what's going on.
Yep, and I think it might be out on one of the other channels here. I know it is in the Discord here, which I believe was just... Oh, well, never mind. Gamut's got things going on right here. So you do see the little bit of distinction between the two parties here. Wraith does have 5 very strong characters, but no actual anchor, so Balnap did get to do a little bit of punching and gurring before everything just kind of happened.
Yeah, now that I think of it, we never found a care string in the sea, did we?
Can't say we did, nope.
Yeah, so whereas I don't think Gaming with Wraith is going to have any problems in their Z fight, it's going to be a little bit interesting again. Without that anchor, Z might be a little bit faster than what we're expecting. But there goes our last objective. Here comes our crystal. Let's see if Gaming with Wraith walks it out, or if just decides to go through the Leviathan and take the Falcon.
I mean, at this point, knowing that, you know, the other runner is finished, you might just want to swag your way past Leviathan, because it's really going to take 3 lit 3s here. That healing up does imply that the walkout is coming here, saving our eyeballs at least through all the poison effects.
So no poison walk, no poison sound effect, unfortunately.
Aaron Lord, to answer your question through the spoiler log from Paranoia, that is exactly where it was. Had we not seen the spoiler log, Rat Tail was also still technically in play. But still, while we're waiting on this, I know we shouted them out at the beginning of this. I'm going to go ahead and shout them out again. Thank you to every restreamer, commentator, tracker, people behind the scenes who make this happen. You know, Free Enterprise is just the biggest blast in the world, especially in these trying times sometimes. And hey, you know, it's we can put this show on, and I just love to be a part of it, and I am just so happy for you guys putting all of this on for us.
Yeah, I believe we made mention at the end of the Swiss rounds, we had 72 matches in the 5 weeks of Swiss rounds that we were able to put out. We were able to put out every single play-in race, and so far we've been able to put out every single bracket one.
That is a interesting question there. I mean, hey, Paranoia is only, potentially, like 3 matches away from me right now. 2, 3, one of those 2. I think it just came down to the D Machine grind early. And, I will say it, I am not the biggest fan of D Machine grinds. This would not have been a run in my wheelhouse. I would have been hard pressed on this one. I mean, I still probably would have done it because everything was there saying, hey, go do D Machines now, but...
Yeah, this one was a tough one with just where Luge was hiding, but Wraith has got through it. He's entering the Z fight. He's about to find his 10-job Dwarfness, and hopefully just nuke and white all over him.
I mean, as much as I love seeing a solo Yang tear apart Zeromus, yeah, it's this temp Jobmus is not going to know what hit him. Of course, it's a temporary job anyway, so he will be back and ready for more next seed with whatever temp job he may have.
Yes, you can never defeat the 10-job dwarf. He will always come back and find a new job.
Yes. Luge was in the King Queen Eblin spots.
There we go, true form out. We see I'm a final boss. And Wraith begins setting up for Reflex.
Oh yeah, if it was Giant Wraith would have absolutely won, and that's kind of the whole beauty of Rando here. Any given match, yeah, this whole match has been a ton of what ifs. But I mean, any given match, one thing happens, and somebody takes down, Rivers, myself, Dusty, because hey, somebody made a check and it paid off. It's something where you can kind of jump in, get kind of a little bit, comfortable with where everything is, comfortable with how you play, and you can take a shot at people here. In fact, I would, oh yeah, that's another announcement we do need to put up here, is that with us getting into the top 16 rounds here, the return of the Monday night community races is, I believe, tomorrow. I believe.
That is correct.
Okay, there we go. Yes. So I believe, what time are those again? Tomorrow at...
I want to say they're 8 o'clock Eastern, but I'm not positive.
Yeah,
can you confirm with me?
Let me check the race here. Upcoming community races. Yeah, that is 8 p.m. Eastern there. Community races are back up, so hey, if you've picked this up, you want to show off, or you just want to test to see where you are against members of the community, we will be here tomorrow, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, and yeah, the big races will be coming back up again. And let's see. Oh, we've even got a flag set here, and I should be ignoring this Romus fight, even though Wraith is just carving through this temp Jobmas here. Does look like that might be a second Big Bang, however. That's not a nerf second Big Bang either.
No, it's not. And Forum goes down, but everybody else is still up.
Who had the Star Veil? Well, Rydia's thrown a new one, so yeah, this will be fine. Never mind, there goes the Star of Hail. Well, no nukes were cast, so still fine.
Yeah, he's still perfectly in charge of this fight. Shouldn't be any issue to finish this off.
And there's the flash, there's the bang. Down goes Temp Job Miss again. Get your GGs out for Gaming with a Wraith. With an official SRL time of... Gotta look back here. With 2 hours, 7 minutes, 5 seconds. And does sound like we've already got Gaming with Wraith in. That is what we have here. GG.
GG. That was a fun race. I knew the hook was gonna bite me in the butt one of these races, and that was.
Yeah, Luke chose a very good hiding spot today, didn't he?
Yeah, he was hiding in a good spot. I mean, the whole race boiled down to, like, I just decided the moon gamble was gonna be my way of doing the big whale side of it, and it didn't work out. So.
Yeah, I mean, both of you pretty much did that. You guys. You both definitely like swerved between each other quite a lot. I mean, there were some things like Paranoia did end up fading the Fabul Gauntlet in Dwarf Castle. Both of you faded both Vigan and Valvalis. The one big check you made that could have made it there is you actually went through that element spot in the Giant and did find Pain Man in the back of the Giant. Much Paranoia did not. Although, I don't know if you've been listening for a little bit, would you care to make a guess on which boss did not appear in this seed?
To be honest, I lost track about 4 bosses.
Yeah. We did not have to be asked, is that it? We did not have to be laughed at. There was no Golbez in this seed.
That's true, there wasn't.
Yeah, but you made a great play. You took a couple of gambles, and if they had paid off with that Zot check and that Giant check, would have been absolutely wonderful for you. Took in this match easily. Unfortunately, it just wasn't the right place today.
Yep, that was it. I mean, you just gotta. At some point, everybody at this point in the tournament's really good, and I'm just like, where do I want to take the big swing? Like, I've got to do it somewhere, and like I said, me going in and after I did the grind, going up and fighting elements, just checking the second boss on the fingers crossed, but didn't work out this time, so
Yeah, it was. And I mean, to be fair, I mean, it was, you know, both parties you guys had were, you know, crying for that D-Machine grind, but I have to say, well, how did it feel, knowing where that Cecil was, knowing you did actually keep the crystal sword in your back pocket, and having to kick him to the side of the road?
At that point, I mean, once I did the grind, at that point, when I feel like I've got my party, and I feel like I've got a party that I'm gonna look at, I literally just stop caring who and what I see. Like, item-wise, I won't even really check all that much. I mean, Cecil would have been great, but caster party works too.
Yeah, and I mean, that's pretty much what the seed gave you there. Yang and 5 casters of different... Now, you did actually... one thing Paranoia also did not do was either the package or Zot, so did not find that Fusoya either. Did not also, unfortunately, get the Samurai Bow out of Zot there, but... Yeah, I mean... in terms of checks that were made, it was real close most of the time up until... Paranoia just kind of threw the Hail Mary there to the hook, and that's kind of what it was.
Yep, like I said, I knew the hook was gonna bite me. It's got to do it to everyone at some point, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I will say this: you were the winner in chat's books, though, because you gave us both the Temp Drop, Dwarf Check, and music, which Paranoia did not give us either. So, chat definitely has a special place in their heart for you.
I mean, to be fair, Wraith gave us 2 Temp Job Dwarf checks, and Paranoia only gave us 1.
He did think he was the final boss after his other job. He got rehired.
But do you have any other final thoughts on this seed or on the tournament as a whole?
I had a fun time. It's always a fun time racing Final Fantasy Free Enterprise. So, thanks to everybody that watched. Thank you to all the people that have played, everybody that casts, everybody that does all the restream and everything. It's good entertainment, and I hope I at least entertained people out there. If I did that, I had a good day. I had fun. So, no bad feelings on losing or anything. Just it was a fun time.
You both absolutely did, and everybody who's been playing here has been extremely entertaining, and we just hope to have many more good races. We'll say one more time there that tomorrow we do have the community races returning at 8 Eastern here. So if you want to play against, I don't know if you're going to be there actually, but hey, everybody is welcome, and definitely a place to play against many of the names that you have seen in this Fabul Gauntlet as well.
I don't think I'll be on for that one, but I'll probably be catching at some point some community races. But yeah, like I said, I had a lot of fun, so it was.
Yep.
Again, thank you for racing. GG's. It was a very well played seed. Thank you so much for putting on a good show for us.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
Have a good rest of the day, man.
With that, we are done with the round of 32. How do you feel about the remaining 16 players, I do?
Nervous, but that's because I'm still in it there. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of let the next round talk for itself there. But yeah, it's we've got 8 matches coming up, and they are going to be 8 awesome matches, especially some of the upsets that happened. I am pumped to see the other 7 that I'm not playing in, just as much as I am the one I am. So. Yeah, definitely a whole lot more Free Enterprise to watch here. That will do it for today and the round, and I believe we are going to be rating Smapedy, looks like here. Looks like running part of a fundraiser here for Let's Cast Asuna for the Corona, so definitely a good thing to...
Yes, Smapedy, a great member of our Restream team, one of the Restream leads, workshop helper. Definitely show him some love, and we will see you guys sometime next week for the next set of bracket races.
Absolutely.